Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel where I talk about things that pertain to religion, business, politics, and lifestyle. And in today's episode, I want to bring you to speed with what's happening with the Brics. Yes, my name is Cyrus and this is Tuntum Network. First of all, be kind to subscribe if you haven't. If you're a newcomer here, I hope you will be able to subscribe and leave a like button clicked and help me grow this channel. Now, Brics expansion has been getting a lot of attention recently. Malaysia and Thailand have announced to join the Brics in addition to Saudi Arabia and Iran. South Africa, on the other hand, is pushing for other African countries to be included, starting with Egypt and Ethiopia. And so the next Brics meeting is expected to be full of surprising announcements where other countries may be announced as being parts of the group. President Putin, on the other hand, has been very, very busy lately. He just visited North Korea and Vietnam to strengthen his ties with President Kim and General To Lam of Vietnam. Now remember, North Korea and Vietnam share one thing in common. They run a one-party state like China. So do you see where all this is heading? It appears something is about to hit the world, particularly to the United States of America and the West. Because if you listen to the language being used by either the Malaysian president or any of the other leading presidents in the Brics group, it's clear they all want a new order, which is very different from the current order that has been under the control of the United States of America since World War II. This is my piece of advice to you, especially the Africans living abroad. Begin planning your return home, ladies and gentlemen. Secure a home, secure a land, and start a business to fit in when you return. Because my suspicion isn't just based on fear, but on the direction and the purpose of the Brics group. As it stands now, ladies and gentlemen, the Saudis are planning to sell oil to China in yuan, which the US is opposing. When this should become formalized, ladies and gentlemen, it's over for the US dollar. When countries can now buy and sell with alternative currencies to the dollar, it's going to sink the United States economy with inflation. And this is how I suspect this will happen. One of the main reasons the US dollar is still leading is because it's been used as a world trading currency for decades. And so they could afford continue printing money in spite of it not being backed by anything. What will happen when the currency is not in so much demand for global trade? Where will all that printed cash go to? I'm talking about the US dollar. The world's largest importer list begins with the US, the China, Germany, Japan, France, in that order. And guess what? China's imports alone is equivalent to Germany, Japan, France combined. Yeah. You see how critical that is. Meanwhile, the largest exporter in the world is China. They literally export to every country on the surface of this earth. So in as much as it is difficult for other countries to initiate this move, it is not that complicated for China and Russia. Now, China in itself is a superpower, and they've joined forces with Russia, which is another superpower. And this is significant in terms of what they can do together. Africa, on the other hand, depends on China for almost everything now when it comes to consumer goods, apart from oil. So what will happen when China insists on having all African countries buy goods with their local currency, the renminbi? What will happen? And China can easily do this by using their embassies as a proxy to make their currencies available. China can make their yuan available through their embassies, I repeat. And you should know this already. Yeah, this could happen in the next 5 years, in my estimation, if the Democratic Party in America stays in power in these elections in America. If they continue to remain in power, it is very clear this may happen. So if I were you, an African living overseas, I'm looking at preparing towards this likely change. It's not going to be pretty, but I'm more certain of a takeover by the Brics than not. Time is ticking and the chess game is almost ended. Let's see who wins at the end. And for all my African friends, I hope you watch this and start preparing towards your return, because time is actually ticking and most of these things are about to happen. Thank you for taking time to watch today's episode, and I encourage you to subscribe if you haven't, and help me share to as many people as possible, those especially who needs to hear this. God bless you, and it's bye-bye for now.